we are having today Sonis Bhardwaj from Bangalore. I hope that we are ma'am from Bangalore, and well, I am very glad that I saw that some professionalism in your bio in LinkedIn, that you are a motivation speaker, not only in India but also global speaker and keynote speaker, sales leadership trainer, and amazing business course, life course. So definitely these are the essential, I can say, like perspective where we nowadays need utmost priority, because if we go to corporate sector, whether you are student, whether you are employee or employer, definitely we need these kind of aspect of our life and also in our business. So
Right.
really I'm grateful that ma'am you came to us, and we are having live session right now. All right, ma'am.
Thank you so much,
So
Sanjay, for such a warming welcome, and I'm so glad to be a part of your session.
all right, ma'am. Ma'am, before I proceed, can you tell me something about yourself in a few lines?
Yes, Sanjay, as about me, coming from a very normal background, to be very honest, but yes, I always believe in the beauty of exploring you as an individual. So that is what exactly I did with my life. So I'm a normal engineer from electronics and telecommunication background. My roots are from Haryana, but yes, settled down in Delhi, and all the way I came from Delhi to Bangalore. That's how the journey was, and it's been beautiful 14 years. I'm settled down in Bangalore, and the journey was quite interesting because right from my normal engineer and turning out to be a expertise level sales coach or leadership coach, and finally into life coaching and business coaching journey, I think there was a lot of learning, a lot of mentorship, and there was a lot of ups and downs which I have gone through, and probably that's what make me today who I am as an individual. So I feel so connected to a normal human being because that's where I started my journey. And till today, I consider there's a lot of learning I have to go through.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely great. Like you came across from the Haryana to Bangalore, long way, I can say. But still, you are settled in Bangalore, such a brilliant city, I can say, like such a electronic city and a great city, I can say. Recently, I visited IIM Bangalore. Oh, it was
Oh,
3 days program for myself, and with my actually, I am pursuing my MBA degree also right now, master degree
oh,
from Pune
fantastic.
University. All right.
Very nice.
Yes, and I'm from Odisha.
Okay. Good, good. Very nice.
And ma'am, one thing I will say, you talked about Haryana. So I stayed in Haryana 6 months in Rewari. You know Rewari.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Where are you from? In Haryana?
Rohtak. Rohtak.
Rohtak. Yes, yes. I can say like one thing, when I used to live in Rewari, that time most of the buses were going through that way, and it was written Rohtak, Rewari to Rohtak. So it was great. All right.
Right.
Uh, Definitely we are like in a familiar condition, I can say. I stayed in Haryana
Yes.
and I went to Bangalore, and you know that you will be also surprised to my brother-in-law and my aunt is living in Delhi, Jahangir
Oh,
Puri.
nice.
All right, so
Okay,
I do
okay.
visit there. Yes, I do visit there and I stay there. So that's amazing, I can say. So three places
Nice.
we are connected.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. So first question I want to ask you, why did you choose this industry? What was the your perception towards it?
So Sanjay, I'll tell you, I am not here just by simply because I was a big fan of this industry. There were a lot of life changes event has happened in my life. So what happened when I was doing my engineering? Though I have done my engineering being a university scholar and with a very good grading system, and that is from IB background. So you can understand always the expectation from the eldest child, and being from such a different background is always either you crack UPSC or you crack this and that. There were a lot of expectations attached to me, and by God grace, yes, I was quite good into academics. So obviously, the expectation from me was very different from my parents. But then I realized, I had already a job after getting cleared out of my engineering. I had a job in Noida, but somehow I never used to like the culture in Noida, and especially if I talk about NCR. This I'm talking way back in 2007, because that time Gurgaon and now so-called Gurugram was not so developed. That was just like any other place how we used to visit. And then I thought probably this could not be the right start for me. Though there were a lot of changes I have to go through, but probably for my career, if I really want to do something good in life, I have to take that step. So that conscious factor was there back of my mind, and that's where I decided no, I will not start my career from Noida or anywhere from NCR, because that point of time I felt that's not going to be the right start for me. And that's how I start figuring it out what to do next. I already had a job. People started asking, hey, you already have a job. People want to get a job because 2007 was the year when recession was at the peak. People were getting thrown out. And I had my job. I was just, refusing not to take it up because I never wanted to start it there. And that's where I discussed with my mom that, Mom, I want to just travel to different place. This is not the place where I feel I can start up my career. And then my mom was like, which city? She never thought like I just want to move to Bangalore, because even that point of time, nothing was there in my head. And luckily, yes, my cousin, brother, and Bhabhi was here, and they were like, okay, fine, you have just graduated. It's been so long, we have not catch up. Why don't you come for a holiday? Honestly speaking, my head was like, okay, let me just go and visit Bangalore for a holiday. I'll see to it was what next come to me. And it so happened after visiting Bangalore, somehow there was a change. Now, a lot of people visit Bangalore because of weather. Let me tell you, for me, it was not only the weather. For me, it was the kind of love and affection I got it from the people here. I felt there is more polished crowd here. People were more educated. People were really, really very open minded in accepting you. Doesn't matter you are from which culture, which state. It all is probably back of our head, right? So that feel, that warm welcoming thing which I got it from this city made me to stick to this particular city. And that's where I decided, no, I want to start something from here. I do not know again what I'll do, but yes, I want to start from here. So I landed up, this is how I landed up in Bangalore. Okay. And then what so happened, I was actually being interviewed by a lot of technical companies, and finally I was able to crack my job into one of my second dream company. Again, there was a turning point in my life. While I was going through the final phase of my interview, uh, there was some sort of bond was asked to me to sign up, that I have to be with the company for almost good 2 years and 3 years. And I was scratching my head. Is it this the way I want to start my life? Is it something which is going to lead me forward? So there was a gut feeling back of my heart saying that, Sunish, you are not a kind of person who will sit in front of laptop for 24 bar 7 and do coding and programming. I don't relate my life to that. I said, like, okay, let's try something, because probably this will not work out for me. And somehow I'm not a kind of person who will remain with the same company, probably for a good bonding period of 2 to 3 years. I didn't feel that was the right move for me. So I said, okay, let me do something challenging, because anyways, I came to a new city right now. I have to now face all the challenges which comes to me. And I wanted to do something big, something unique, which can actually help me to find and understand who I am and what best I can do. So my first journey was into sales and marketing. And again, the biggest challenge was being a girl. Everyone was asking that you have gone
Exactly.
crazy because sales is not for girls. Please understand that. That's how people used to. But my motive of joining sales and marketing was very clear, because I wanted to learn the in and out of business management, because that's where I was more fascinated towards. And I have understood at a very young age that if you really want to make something big, want to grow very, very disciplined manner, you cannot compensate or you cannot compromise on your hard work. That was my key learning. So I started my journey, keep putting my 100% and sometime even 200%. And that's where I was just able to realize that what best I can bring onto table, probably helping out people in terms of, learning sales, marketing. And that's how the journey was on and on and on. Then I worked with all the top multinational companies, worked with a lot of startups, because startups has been my biggest passion, because startup is one industry where you literally earn and learn what our entrepreneurship style is all about. And that is where I always wanted to, because I never come from a background of business tycoons. And yeah, my family was pretty much well educated, and everyone was into the government job, so the fan following in my house was traditionally, you have to get into a government job, and somehow I wanted to break that shackle, because I never resonate with it. So I said, no, let's do something good, probably which we are capable of. and that's how I jumped into it. So it's been wonderful 14 years. I did a lot of hit and trial, a lot of learning, gone through a lot of transformational journey, interacted and handled the business dynamics at global market, both at like, whether it comes from sales, it comes from marketing, or it comes from operational excellence, or comes from training. So all of these diverse industries which I tried. And then I figured out what is my passion. And in this whole journey, I've understood I'm too passionate to help out people, because I've understood the corporate culture. The corporate culture is like this: 90% people work into corporate because they have to work for their living. Trust me, they are actually not happy the kind of job they are into, right? They are either living that life because
Exactly.
they have certain commitments. And then I said that what we do is life is all about
Absolutely.
corporate work. We have a family, and then we just get into that whole trap of living the how life takes up. Is this is what we all are here on this planet? Then I said no. Let me again throw myself into one more challenging act. Let me learn what is the main key element I can work out, and that's where my real journey into life coaching started. And I started practically interacting with a lot of diverse platforms. So today I interact with people who are teenagers from 15 years, and then it roughly goes out to a segment of 70 years old. And yes, the journey was phenomenally great. All the pilot practices, all the pilot tests, whatever I've get into the market was, I think, amazing. There was a lot of learning from everyone, and everyone is good into their own ways. Trust me, because we all are human beings. We have our own challenges, we have our own commitments, so we have to fulfill that. We can't run away from that. But I think the whole ideology, what I work, is work life balance, because everything is important in life. It's not only about work, it's not only about just sit and chill, right? So that's how the whole
Absolutely.
journey was,
Yes.
and that's where today I am.
Such a long, yes, such a long way, I can say, like starting career from like electronics and communication, that is engineering background, coming to the sales and marketing, and coming to life course. Totally, I can say triangle. Okay, different like different industries, different perspective, different sort thought process. All right. So such a long way, I can say.
Yes,
And here one thing
right.
comes into my mind, that nowadays we see that, the condition of the engineers right now in our India. So engineer, like those people who are doing engineering, they think that we come across such type of people, like they think that we have
Hmm.
done engineer and we do not have any type of job, or if we have, so we are living as for a living being. Like you are coming in such a way. So what is your message, or what do you want to say to those people who are into the engineering, but they are thinking that we are jobless and we don't have any other opportunities? So how can we grow ourselves for the engineers, because you are coming from same
So
background?
so simple, Sanjay. Yes, yes. Now let me tell you, as you mentioned very right, a lot of people do engineering because either their parents wants them to have a professional degree. So that's how they enter up into engineering and MBA and doing all professional certificate degrees. My sincere suggestion to all that age group people, because I interact with a lot of university students, because I help them into even placements also. I groom them basically how they can take this journey from a student life to a corporate professional. So what happened during that whole process, I only make them understand one thing: hey, come on, find out your passion. Because let me tell you, when you're passionate about doing something, you put your 200% and you don't work actually. Today, I can tell you very proudly that I work 18 hours a day interacting with people, training out people, mentoring out people, connecting people on the global market. But I don't feel that, tiredness in my body, or somewhere my energy is low, because I'm so passionate about what I do. So I feel that you have to find out your right passion. Now, it's not mandatory that an engineering graduate cannot have music as their passion. Okay, I feel somewhere down the line we are not able to identify our key areas. So first and the foremost thing, you have to have a professional degree, no doubt about it, because formal education is also very, very important, I feel so. But apart from that, you have to also slightly put your head on what you are passionate about, and what you can create a streamlined hobby style for yourself. Now a lot of people attach, now for me, sports, extracurricular activities like dance, like painting, interacting with people. This come very naturally because right from my childhood I was involved into all those things. Right. So today, if I get a free time, I love to interact with somebody from NGOs because where I feel that yes, I can make a lot of difference to people's life, and people really wait for that kind of sessions or slots with me where they can literally have the change. Basically, I use a word called change mentality, right? I personally believe we all have been blessed with certain hidden powers and hidden talents. It's all about we have to analyze, we have to figure out, and once we are able to do that, I think life become more meaningful to you.
Absolutely, ma'am. Exactly. That is the thing we need to consider while we are choosing our career. And if we are into engineering, we should not think that only engineering can do well. Like we have other options also. We need to figure it out, like whether we are we are connected to a certain thing or not. That is the thing. And one
Right.
thing I will say, nowadays we see that everybody talking about the jobs, right? If you complete your graduation or if you complete your post graduation, everybody's looking for job.
Mhm.
I see very rare people those who are into the business and starting of the business. So what's your what do you think, what should be the thought process of the people, because you know that there is very less job available in our India, because job is very less and the graduates are more. All right, so how can they build their thought process, or how can they think of the starting their business, and what is the challenges they might face? So entrepreneurial mindset, how they can bring in their mind
So,
without
Sanjay, let me
thinking of getting a job.
Yes, yes. I think very, very valid and very powerful question you have asked me. And I think this is the question which I have been asked like n number of times at all the interview platforms. And I love to answer this question. Let me tell you, India being a country where the majority of the section, or probably I would say the segment we have, is youth who is driving this. Okay, but somewhere as a youth we are not able to understand our potential to the fullest. That's also very unfortunate, right? Now what I always tell students or probably youngsters who are getting out from their graduation, whether it is engineering, whether it is even normal graduation, doesn't matter, because according to me, until unless you don't have a job, you have not involved yourself into something called a earning hand, you all are equal. Because today you can understand an engineer or an MBA more or less are similar. Yes. Now, coming down to the entrepreneurship mindset, I think somewhere I won't say that jobs are going to be very fast paced mode or there are n number of opportunities. See, you have to find out. And I always believe in the principle of something that if there is nothing option available, you create that option. Now that's what I have gone into my life, right? I was something passionate about. I didn't find that there are relevant things. What I did, I created that. I worked very, very hard in order to create that segment for me. Today, this entire business coaching, life coaching doesn't come simply just because I was passionate about. I have to work a lot of, that there's a lot of struggle behind it. And the journey is so amazing because during that whole struggle, you learn a lot of things that what is unfolding for you. So for students, for youngsters, I always say never ever limit your thought, never ever limit your mindset saying that you want to only get a job in Infosys or you want to only get a job into a very multinational company. Then only your life is successful. No, work on a segment where you can create job opportunities first for yourself, second even for other youngsters. Try to do something because you are capable of doing much beyond that what you are doing today, right? So I always suggest them that hey, pick at least two lines which you are passionate about. That two lines could be, and the classic example right now I can share with you is you yourself. Still, you are probably passionate about doing podcasting, right? Now, this podcasting, something is
Exactly.
your might be your passion right now, but this can turn out to be a great revenue generating stream for you going forward if you are really able to do it focusedly, right? So today we have lot of challenges. I think we have lot of channels available to all of us. All we need to understand is what we are passionate about, how we can take that channel along with our studies, right? So somewhere we have to
Okay.
understand as youth we can do n number of things. Technology is growing, technology will grow, you cannot stop that. And let me tell you, technology is growing exponentially. It's not even linear, it's exponentially. Only thing is we have to
Yes.
understand how we want to move with it. We want to use it in the positive side, or we want to turn out and then still just want to use it, hey, nothing is working out for me. Nothing will work out in your life if that is the mindset.
Though I am a student also, I will say one thing, I am a person like who doesn't sit at a peace, like peacefully I sit, but it doesn't mean like I don't want to sit at a comfortably. Then I will think that, yeah, something will come to me and I will get a job after completion of my study. I'm not that type of person. So I am a
Right,
person like while I was in the second year of the graduation, that time I started this journey, like training, coaching people. So I am a soft skill trainer right now, and
great,
like I teach people. Yes, online, offline. Like I provide the public speaking course and like a personal development course and spoken English course. So these are the things which I provide to the audience or like those people who are around me. So in the same way, also I'm pursuing my master degree. All right. So
right,
I don't think that those people who are listening or watching the video or podcast, just don't think that you are only student and after completion of study you will get a job. So start
right,
something with your studies, start something so that if you get opportunity there you can switch with it. But education is important and your career is also important, so don't sit at home. So just try to do something. That is the
yes,
thing, right?
right,
And ma'am, one thing I will say, I am interacting with the different people from India and from US, from UK, from Canada also. Okay, my target is now that 50 guests from 50 nations I want to bring. So I am also started doing that, and it's going
very
to be
nice,
great, I can say. Yes, ma'am.
great, great.
So and I did like Friday I did a person with from Canada, Michael Edson. Okay, and tomorrow I am having a meeting with a person from the like Michael Blood, I think name, from UK. All right,
Okay,
and day after tomorrow we are having a guest from US. All right,
very nice.
something I don't remember the name. It is, that complicated name. All right.
Yes, yes.
All right. Yes. So very glad to interact with the different people, because we can learn something, we can share something, we can collaborate something at least. So that will be
Yes,
great, I can
yes.
say.
And learning, mentoring, and
And
coaching is an industry, Sanjay, where we have to constantly learn. That's how you improve. Today, this thing should not come into your mind that, okay, I have learned enough. Learning is never enough. Learning should be on till we take our last breath. That's how I put across, right? So you have to understand learning is a never ending process. So don't stop learning. And every individual is good into their own ways. Try to capture their positive you know complete era, whatever they have learned so far. Either it could be through their experiences, it can be even through what they are doing currently, right? So I always suggest people, please target one or two positive areas of everyone's life, because that's where you grow. Today you might be good at something, I might be good at something, but yes, if you learn from my positive angle, I learn from your positive angle, that's how we grow together.
exactly, ma'am, exactly. That's called learning attitude, I can say.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. One question I will say, most of the people, especially parents. Okay, this is the question of the parents and especially students also. Like they are having confusion about government jobs and private jobs.
Mhm.
All right, because we are having 130 crore people. If we
Right,
take approximately, we have 50 to 70 crore people who are looking for jobs. All right, and it is not possible for government to provide that much job in the society. It's not
right,
possible. So that's
right,
why the competition is higher. Even you can see that PhD holder is applying for the toilet job. All right, for
right,
government job,
right.
we see that. All right. So do you think that somehow the parents and the students should need to avoid their mindset, like getting government job or private job, whether they are getting whatever, they should go for that? Because literally I don't like government job, I hate government job, because I don't
Mhm.
want to cling to a place and I will do a job and I will become the servant. I want to become the public speaker and I want to become the teacher, or I can say something provider. All right. Because
Correct, correct.
doing a government job, you are staying into at a place and you need to do whatever you are instructed. I don't want to do that,
True.
I want to do whatever I want, right? So what, how they
Correct.
can their set their mind that, yeah, government job is not the thing that we must get. There are
Right.
lots of opportunities, lots of things, we need to capture that, we need to grow out of that. So how can they bring this mindset, like for the parents, for the students?
So Sanjay, very simple. See, I'll tell you, lot of students, they always feel that their parents are not supporting. Now let me tell you, any parent, they never want anything wrong for their kids. Right? First of all, this thing you have to understand in your mind. All they want is to see you growing. They want that you should settle with a very great life. But probably there is a big question mark into parental head also. And they are right on that part. Because see, your parents might not be engineer, but you are doing engineering because somewhere the intentions were so good and pure about you, right? All they wanted to see you that you should settle well. So far अभी तक जो pattern parents के mind में रहा था, that was all about कि government jobs are the more secure job, right? So they are not talking something wrong, they are just trying to make your future secure. That's why they always stress and force you to get into a government job, because they feel, okay, fine, it's a well settled life, you will have a fixed income, and even after retirement there is something called pension available to you, so you can have a better lifestyle, and going forward with your extended family you can live your life very peacefully. That's how their concept is. So don't consider your parents are wrong on that part, because that is the format they have seen. That's called traditional format. Coming down to the younger generation, now it's our responsibility to make our parents understand that what better future we can create. And Sanjay, let me tell you, talking will never work out for parents. You have to really give them something which is solid, concrete, and which is in the form of action orientation, because this is the same problem even I have gone through when I was just telling my father, how difficult it was to convince my parents also, because they were saying like, no, you have done engineering, you have to get into government job, and by God grace, you're so good. Why don't you give up a try? I said, I don't want to even try because I know it's such a lazy format. It's nothing against about government job. It might be good into their own ways. But I was saying that probably my skill set matches to something else. I want to try something competitive, something challenging, and something where I can grow as an individual. That was very clear instruction to me myself. Now that has I have to go through a lot of challenges, because parents, I can't say that they are wrong. They are absolutely right in whatever they have decided as a formula so far. Then I made them understand, give me some time, because this is something new I'm going to try. I know I'm not from business background, but I'll make sure I learn, and then I'm going to get into, because when you are getting into an entrepreneurship journey, let me tell you, a lot of challenges will come to you. First and the foremost challenge you might face is of capital investment, because you don't have that kind of money, right? Secondly, you have a people support. Third thing, partnership comes into picture also. Whom to connect, whom not to connect, because everybody might not resonate with your idea, right? People have their own ways of doing certain things. So there are a couple of challenges which all I have gone through, and I have understand only one thing: why people hesitate to take entrepreneurship journey forward, especially when you are a student, because lot of things actually surrounds them. But convert these all challenges into the positivity of life. That will help you to grow, Sanjay. This is what I did, and this is what I powerfully learned from my life, right? So don't consider parents are challenge to you. Parents are right at their own end, but I think it's our moral responsibility to make them understand how even the new challenge, new era of entrepreneurship can turn out to be more beautiful. Because I'll tell you their insecurity, where it comes from. They feel like so far never nobody been into our family from business is all about, in their mind, it can have a profit and losses. And somehow when we come from a middle class family, always we consider losses first before the profit. you
Exactly.
know so they are scared, and every parent will be scared on their kids part, because they don't want their kids should suffer, to be very honest, right? So now what you have to do, you build something concrete, take your time, and tell them upfront, this is what I'm going to create. Give me some time, I need your moral support. And I don't think so that any parent will go against that when you are genuinely and honestly putting your thought process in the right manner. All
Right.
they look out is from your side, that feeling of conviction. That's it. So I think that is something we all have to do.
Absolutely, ma'am. Because this is the problem of the society right now. And one thing, I also say, like, if you are preparing for a competitive, it's okay. It's okay, no problem about that. But only that is the thing you want to target. That is the wrong. Because after 5 years, 4 years, if you prepare for that, and if you don't get, you will be frustrated. You will be depressed, and you don't have any other option. You will be going to your village, because we see that some people coming from the village area and living in cities and preparing for the competitive exam, and if they don't get after 4 years, 5 years, they get back to their what wherever they are from, and they start whatever they were doing. So
Right.
this is the problem also. Right.
So what they can do is the ideal solution to that is there is no harm in preparing for government job. If you're really interested, give yourself a try because you should not later on have a very regret mindset. Okay, I have never tried. That should not be the feel. So I suggest always try your level best, best you can, but do not become arrogant on that कि मेरी लाइफ में बस यही होना है इसके अलावा और कुछ है ही नहीं. That's not life. You have to be flexible enough because anything can go haywire. You have to be mentally prepared for it, and I believe into a psychology, into a mindset which is a constructive, which is a progressive mindset. I think today we have to adapt to that psychology and mindset that helps us to grow further.
Exactly, ma'am. Right. So I'm coming to the second phase, you something I will try to know about you, and like some questions regarding yourself. All right, ma'am. So
Yeah.
it not to be exact personal, but like somehow like that would be. All right. Like, ma'am, what is your happiest moment in your life? What was your happiest moment, if I say?
So my happiest moment is I think whatever I was passionate about, I'm pretty much doing that. And the biggest thing is when I'm able to empower people, I see those changes in their life, what they are able to get through me, either by connecting, either by through my talks, my videos. I think that is the happiest moment for me as a coach because what I feel today. It's not, I won't say that I'm the best person into coaching. I never say that because see, I believe every coach have mastered certain ideologies, certain beliefs in themselves, and they are well capable of delivering what they do today. So coming down from that industry and making and impacting people's life is something that what I do, something people connect to me, and I'm so happy today that I'm able to sustain that change for a longer duration. So that's the happiest moment with me.
Great. All right, ma'am. What is your biggest regret in your life?
So far, Sanjay, I'll tell you, I won't say that there is any regret in my life, to be very honest, right? Because see, I'm a kind of very live person. I don't just create that mess. I always believe your head should be very clear, and life can put you into any ways, right? All you need to understand is accept the way it is coming to you. And I'm a solution oriented person. I always believe whatever problem has been thrown at you, you don't have a control over it. All you need to find out is the best solution to get out of that problem. So I have always worked into that format, and probably that was the reason that I was able to get out of all the hurdles, challenges, and problems in my life very short span of time. So today I feel the only one regret, if you are asking, though there is nothing called regret, I feel that what currently I'm doing, I wish if I can go back with a time machine into my early 20s and start doing the same format, whatever I have learned so far, so that I can have additional 14, 15 years to create that impact in people's life. I think that is what all I can think.
Right. Okay. Do you miss anything when you used to be in school and colleges? Do you miss anything right now?
I miss all my memories because Sanjay, I'll tell you, my school life, my college life was really amazing, and I was involved into sports and all, extra curriculum activities from a very young age. When I was, I think, fourth or fifth standard, debates, going and giving a lot of speeches on the stage was my very close dream. So stage was never new for me when I came to public speaking and doing all seminars and programs at a bigger levels. Yeah. So today, whenever I interact at a bigger platform, people do ask, "Hey, you don't get fear when you see a crowd?" I said, "No, this is something like I'm doing since ages." Right. So I think I have a lot of good memories right from my school, right from my engineering college, or when I was doing my technical diploma. I have a wonderful memories. So I miss all those because I still
Totally.
remember when I got rewarded my best athlete, I got my best actress award from my engineering college. I think that was the happiest
Amazing.
moment. I still.
Okay. Which sport or athlete you used to do
So,
specifically?
Sanjay, I used to play throw ball. Throw ball was my national game where I used to play. I was national player for throw ball, and then athletics. Especially, I used to do throws, and I was a sprinter. But yes, due to my leg
Sprinter.
injury, then I have to get out of races. I was into racing and all this, so that I stopped it, and then I switched myself into all shot put, javelin throw, and majorly discus throw. That was my main focus area. So I played a lot of states for that.
I want to excuse one thing. I will say one thing. I think you, because of Sprinter, you came across long ago from Haryana to Bangalore.
Yes, you
Right.
can relate to that.
Exactly, ma'am. I can see that. All right. Okay, ma'am. Don't you think that you are having a life is not like in one direction? It is going beyond your direction, because sprinter, athletic, and communication engineering, and coming to marketing, sales, and now business coach. So totally diversified situation, I can say. Still
Yes.
you are like doing it one place. It's quite strange, I can say.
I am not at
because
one
many
stage.
people because many people I see. Yes.
Yes. So, Sanjay, that's what I said. My life was basically, if you see, it's a 360-degree complete rotation. And trust me, everything was so unique for me. Everything was so new to me. And I've enjoyed that journey because I felt somewhere down the line I was passionate about doing a lot of things. Now, music comes at a very young age to me. Sports come at a very young age to me. And then slowly, I was falling in passion with interacting with people, making a difference to people's life through my career journey. And today, yes, why I love my profession, let me tell you, because when I go and travel for my all the conferences or probably seminars or 3 day signature programs which I deliver from stage, I think the way you interact with people and the kind of change you do in their life is really a very satisfying feeling for me, because I believe I cannot change every all three 130 cr people, especially in our country. But even if I'm able to create a difference in some 10-20 people's life, and they further do changes and they further empower people, I think I am done. So that's the biggest satisfaction, because all we need to target right now is creating that change, and one by one it's a change process. It's a chain process, in fact, right? You empower 20 people, 20 people further empower further more people, and I think this is the way how we can change the entire scenario, right? So today I feel blessed, and somewhere I feel even universe has blessed me with a lot of good things in life. Though it was a 360-degree shuffle, you have already seen me, but everything has come very beautifully, and I think I have welcomed with both of my hands, because everything was a learning for me. And somewhere I was able to create, from that journey, something meaningful, something which I relate, something which I'm passionate about.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Do you have any hobbies like traveling, like reading books, or what's that? Like any special hobbies you
Yes,
do
Sanjay,
in your leisure
I love
time?
traveling. I love traveling. I love exploring new places. That is my very key hobby. Apart from that, I love adventurous sports. Yes, sometimes I'm for, because sports, as I told you, it comes from a very early age. So still that passion is on. Though I don't get so much time right now. So currently my hobbies are, yes, I read a lot, because being into coaching industry, we have to get ourselves upscaled. We have to get into that whole mode, because ultimately you cannot empower people if you don't have a different way of teaching them. And somehow I believe mentoring and coaching, you have to always make it very innovative. And I always try doing a lot of experiment, especially whenever I interact with diverse crowds. So books are my best friends, I can say right now. And I read all the spheres of books, let it be even life coaching, business coaching, or even from human life.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me such a valuable time for me and for the audience also. And it's super amazing, I can say. And definitely, if we get a chance to visit you or meet you, definitely we'll meet you in future. And definitely, we'll be glad to meet you also. All right. So,
Perfect,
because
Sanjay.
Bangalore
Pleasure
is
is
not
all
so far
mine.
from Pune.
Yes. Definitely we'll catch up. Yeah. Thank you
So,
so much, Sanjay. It is absolute my pleasure to be on your show. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, ma'am.